out of the window.
Y'all already know what it is, right? So I said we was gonna go live. Got one of my favorite people who don't even come around no more, man. Crazy. Hold on 1 second.
How are you going to go live and then get up from your own live?
See, first of all, I had to get my food. Okay. Don't play with me and my food. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm continuing what I did yesterday, which is, I like having my shows in order. You know what I'm saying? So when I have my shows and things, I'm a little bit more organized nowadays. So we got Goddess to a Demon back in the building. Goddess, what's going on?
Hi, Smash. How are you?
I can't complain. But before we do all that, let's do this.
This is raw and unfiltered, from sex, sports to culture, all topics considered. It's a good time with dope conversation. Every time you take a listen, it's a celebration. So tap in, you won't be disappointed. Keep it a buck, anything else is pointless. Facts over fluff, our discussions are poignant. Politically incorrect, well that's what the point is. We talk our talk like nobody else can. We give our perspective, not afraid to make a stand. Nothing off the record, every take and every rant.
Now, so
Did
this is
I
how we
see
gonna
me
kick.
in your opening credits?
Yeah, you did.
Aw,
Yeah,
aw,
whatever.
look at you,
Whatever.
Smash. Thank
All right.
you.
So we're gonna kick this show off with this clip right here.
When is it time for the woman to pay? How many days should a man take you on before the woman offers to? Never. Okay, because that's not my currency. Men and women have two very different currencies. You build a house, I'll make it a home, and that's why I don't pay for dates. The number one issue that I have with this is that most often women are trying to pay for the date to prove to the man that they're not a gold digger, and that's the difference between me and you, baby, because I'm not ashamed. You knew I was a gold digger when you met me. You heard the conversations that we had. You saw me grind. You see me get up in there every day and work my tail off. You saw me build a business. So why am I trying to prove to you and tussle with you in a currency that's not even mine, baby? Why would I also want a man to think that I'm trying to live a humble life and I'm not, that he needs no gold to date me? Let go of the shame, baby, because I'm not ashamed, and I don't know, do what you could do, but we live a totally different life.
Goddess, your thoughts on this clip?
I think she needs to sit the F down and shut up. Um, I think
True.
that there is an overvaluation of self going on where women, I'm just going to say, since the video is from a woman, are feeling that men are obligated to do something that they're not. Um, just because you woke up this morning doesn't entitle you to a man's wallet. And, there's all kinds of different dates that a person can go on, but to mandate the man pay, that's kind of given single forever.
I bet you Shorty single as hell, and her phone is definitely dry. And if it's not, it's because it's thirsty ass niggas that will actually go with that attitude she's dishing out. Because a real man is not never going to go for that. Like, it's not about you paying for the date. That's little shit. You know what I'm saying? You could pay for a date, because it'd be a different story if I'm telling you to pay one of these bills. You know what I'm saying? So I would pay for the date, because now if I start pulling out the rent, the lights, the internet, shopping, grocery shopping for these kids, now, you know what I'm saying, it's a bigger issue. So just be glad that The only thing that man is requiring is for you to take him on a date sometimes. Women got to stop acting like that too. Where the women at that like taking dudes on dates, man? What happened to that? Like, why is it a big deal to take a dude on a date? Ross Sass is in the building. What up? He said, Wally got to be on lock the first 90 days. I bet things will change ASAP. Facts. The one and only KC, true shit. So yeah, like I'm not listen. All right, so I got a new scaling system on how far I would bet the house on this scenario. So 1 through 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. She's gonna get a 1. I'm not even gonna waste my time pursuing a woman that feels and talking like that is okay. Like, you will find your ass getting smashed and left. Like, you don't even get a second opportunity with that. So yeah, that's my take on it.
I agree. I feel that um why is her money more important than his? He's got bills
Facts.
too,
Facts.
and especially if you're just dating, where's the obligation? Why is it mandatory that he
Mhm.
be the only one to buy you a date? But I mean, pay for the date. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe
Is we
I'm just
long
old school.
term? Are we together? Do we live together? Like, what are we doing here where you talking about the currency and that's not? Yeah, Shorty gets a 1 on the bet the house scale from Big Smash. Now,
Most women are trying to be the leader. That's why you can't find a man. You can't be the king in the house. Fall back and be the queen and let your man lead the way.
What does that mean? You can't be a leader because a lot of women look at like, no, I could lead in my household. I could do this in my household. What does that mean?
That's not how it's supposed to be, and that's why we bump heads. Society have placed our men, and women have to stand up and be the mother and the father and the provider. And so then now you are so bad, you can't be told nothing, that when the right man come, you lose him because you're trying to be the man.
Can we be equal?
Oh, of course. Because at the end of the day, I'm the neck, my man's the head. So he can't make any moves without his wife. It all works together. But you can't be the head of the house. You got to let the man be the head of the house. But it's a generational thing, and it's what we've been taught. Stand up, be strong. A dude come, and everything about you is like a man. You have to learn how to submit. You can still be a queen. Queen plays a part. The king needs his queen. There's certain things that he can't see that we see.
Some people will say the queen is the most valuable piece on the board.
Has to sit back and allow her king to be the king.
Now, what about in a situation where a woman makes more money in a relationship?
That's hard. Because that's when jealousy starts coming in. Now, that goes back to communicating and prayer. If you're solid, you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table. So everybody's thinking about the wrong things. Instead of falling back and sitting and saying, let's play chess together. I got you. You got me. Let's go.
Goddess.
100% agree with her.
Why is that?
I truly feel that if I'm gonna ask a man to be my protector, that protection means leadership. So, and I think that a lot of people get a little too far into the weeds with that, because there's still leadership on the woman's side too, because of the home, right? She runs the home, like Fantasia said. She said, we see things that the man doesn't. So, like, if something's getting ready to break, we are more likely to see that than he is. So we can let him know. I think that there's got to be a true establishment of a relationship role, not so much tasks. That's where people get a little mixed up. But the role is what's important.
Okay, so listen, that is Fantasia gets it. She gets what modern relationships should be. You know what I'm saying? She gets it. And I just wish this generation got it too, because I see a lot of sad relationships and a lot of sad couples. And I just be like, yo, like, you got this all wrong. Like, men lead, women walk side by side, not behind, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're equals. We're not, I'm not a little, you're not a little you and I'm a big I. Nah, we're equals. We work together. We're supposed to work together. Now, will we always agree and get along with everything? Absolutely not. But I believe that what she said, and you seen Angela trying to, deviate. Well, the queen is the most important piece on the chessboard. Cool, true enough. But let something happen to the king and see how effective the queen is then. They all need each other. They both need each other. So, absolutely. This is the reason why I picked that clip, because that first clip was atrocious, and that second clip pretty much showed that first clip how things are supposed to go. So for that info right there on the Bet the House 1 through 10 scale, I'm going to give that a 10, because I would risk it all for a woman that approached like that. And that's why, only a certain caliber of women can deal with Big Smash, because I don't play, the roundabout games. I lead with a mindset to win, not to be dragged down. So 1 through 10 on the Bet the House scale, that's a 10. And then we're going to move on to this one. Goddess, let me know what you think.
The Attorney General's office states that you overpaid child support by $13,476.88. And after your son graduated high school, did you continue to receive those child support payments?
I did.
Have you returned any of the excess money since your son graduated high school to Mr. Guy?
No, I have not, sir.
What are the reasons why you didn't return the money?
Emotional, physical needs. I mean, he was never there for my child. It's more to take raising a child than finances.
So is it a hardship for you to repay the $13,000?
It's not, sir, but why should I be obligated to pay something that I feel like I didn't take?
Okay, here's the deal, ma'am. That you feel is not going to meet the legal standard for me to not order this, ma'am. So unless there's a legal reason, ma'am, that the money, and again, I know you're not a lawyer, but I got to hold you to that standard. Unless there's a legal reason for me not to order it, ma'am, then I'm probably having to look at orders. So is there a legal reason that you know of, ma'am?
It's not, sir.
If it was child support, I know what I would have to do as far as the repayments are concerned, but I'm not sure how this sets up. It's just a straight out judgment, how much I've got to order the repayments to be as far as the monthly amount is. There's still going to be judgment interest on this, and I've got to double check what the standard judgment interest is, because I know the Attorney General and this court has its own interest amount. So I'll have to double check that to see what that is, and that way I can give make a ruling on what that repayment would be.
Goddess.
I think that needs to happen more often. It doesn't matter what you feel you're owed. It's
Fact.
If you went through the courts and that's what was due, it should have been discontinued. And it just shows a level of dishonesty. I think these need to be put more on public display so women know that there's a consequence. There's no reason to take advantage of somebody.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I overpaid $13K, and you sitting there telling this judge that you don't feel you gonna pay me back? Oh, okay. Don't trip. We pulling up to her house and taking everything of value to match this $13K that we didn't get back.
And the courts will do that too. They will come to property.
Forget the courts. Forget the courts. It ain't in their hands no more. Like, you just told these people you ain't gonna pay me back. Like, nah, we taking cars, we taking beds, we taking food, we taking electronics, shit, whatever's of value. You know what I'm saying? Let her walk the track or something to pay that money back, because you're gonna pay that money back. Okay.
So I disagree with that point, because we need to have integrity ourselves, and we need to set an example for our children.
Not for $13K, we don't.
Absolutely, we do.
No,
your integrity should not have a dollar amount.
I took care of this kid. He went to high school. I did my part, and then after that, you still took my money. Oh no, we gonna get that back, one way or the other. Okay, we gonna get that back. I'm sorry, we gonna get that back. Okay, I don't give a fuck, especially with me, and I got a lot of kids too. Now we getting that back, shorty. However you want to do it, we gonna get that back. The ones that talk like that always get smashed and left. That's why they mad. And shit, I'm just saying we gonna get that back. Yeah, we definitely collecting. Like, that's some shady shit. And then she gonna say mentally, physical, emotional hardship. What? He graduated. He did good for himself. Come on, man.
She was adding her own tax for the years that
Yeah.
she raised him.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And she put herself through that. Let's just call a spade a spade. The dad wasn't even in the house. How can you blame him? Now, yes, there's an additional amount of responsibility. I get that. But to say that you weren't here, so you owe me for your lack of time, that's not
I'm
realistic.
finna have my sisters pull up. Don't worry about it. We're gonna collect this shit. We're gonna get this shit. You're gonna get an ass whooping every time I think about this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's awful. That is awful.
Every time I'm mad, the work pissed me off today. Hey, sis, go over there and beat her ass. All right, let's see.
I'm confused.
So what's wrong?
Women don't have a problem communicating as long as the problem is outside of her. You see what I'm saying? When we get to talking about communication, a lot of women are open as hell to it when you complaining to her about your homeboy who not doing right, or you complaining to her about your career that may not be going how you wanted to go. But when she's the issue, the communication don't be as back and forth. It don't be as open. It don't be like it should be. Now all of a sudden it's super defensiveness. Now all of a sudden you're not letting me finish sentences. Now all of a sudden it becomes a bunch of resistance.
Okay, so let's talk about it. The same way that you say that that as men, y'all want women to create a safe space for y'all, sometimes you have to do that for us too. So just like y'all want us to cut up things in sizes that's digestible for y'all, maybe y'all can tell us things in ways that's digestible for us as well.
Okay, see what I mean? How she just cut that man off? That man was spitting. And she just cut that man off in the middle. This is what he made his point. He said it. They don't let us finish sentences when the problem is them. You know what I'm saying? They want to cut us off. They want to rebuttal. They want to do all this shit. He just proved that point, and hear her big-headed ass come through cutting the man off. Goddess.
Sorry, I am so against what she did, because at no point did she acknowledge what he was saying. And it really frustrates me, because that's where the communication problem comes in. If you're already coming in with the defense, and this Me Too this Me Too stuff is ridiculous. If a man is saying, hey, I don't feel appreciated, that's not the time to be like, well, you didn't take the trash out and you didn't do it. Sorry.
Talk to him. And first of all, we curse over here. So all that, excuse me, nah, we don't do that. Okay, but I didn't give my rating for the last video. I'm going to give that rating a 6. No, because that woman wasn't shit. So I wouldn't risk it all for her. She going to get a 3. But this video here, minus old girl cutting my man's off, I'm going to give that shit an 8 because he was spitting facts. The only reason he didn't get a 10 is because Shorty cut him off and was rude as hell when she did it. So I think the problem is, and he spoke on it, they willing to talk about anything else. Sports, movies, the girl at work that's getting on their nerves, eyeballing them the whole shift, things like that. They really ready and willing to talk about that. But when you bring up a woman, you are the problem. Your ways are the issue right now. It's not, like he said, it's not a back and forth thing anymore. It's, no, that's not it. That's not the case. You ain't do no. And or it's the deflection. Well, last week you blah blah blah, instead of them just taking ownership and accountability. I'm literally going through this right now. So this clip was refreshing as hell for me to save and use today. I already knew, like, yeah, I'm gonna use this. And this is one of her favorite podcasters. So I pretty much already figured it out. Like, yeah, I'm gonna use this because this is literally what I'm going through. So I can relate.
To be honest, though, it is really difficult to have somebody criticize you. We are not a genteel society that can easily accept criticism. So if we don't learn how to handle big emotions, then it's always going to be a fisticuffs. If you're messing up and your man comes to you, listen. If it's incorrect, let him finish
Yeah.
and then give him the additional information so he can make a different decision. If you're attacking during it, you're only escalating the issue. And this is reversal. This is not just on one side.
It
But
shouldn't be difficult to take criticism from your partner, though. You're a reflection of me, right? I'm a reflection of you, right? So it shouldn't be difficult to hear, hey, these are the things that you're doing that I don't like, and vice versa for men and women, not just women. But see, men, I can sit here and let you talk. Like I'm totally opposite offline. Like I will shut the fuck up and let a person talk. And then when it's my turn, you know, I don't get the same retrospect. So I get mad about that, but it's like, okay, cool. So we gonna do, you know what I'm saying? I sit here, have along the conversation of her pieces being spoken. I sit there and I listen. I won't say nothing. I won't do no sign language. I won't do no body language, none of that shit. I just wait. But then when I expect to get the same, I'll be like, nah, this ain't how this supposed to work. So 9 times out of 10, I just sit back and I just wait. Like I just pick my moments. It's like having that Uno card in your back pocket and you just waiting to use it. So
I have
I think
seen that people will they'll give you this long soliloquy of what you've done wrong. And then they want, if you have any kind of rebuttal, you got to bullet point it. Because, you know, of, like you said, that even exchange of energy. But, you know, it's frustrating because it's a simple fix. Shut your mouth.
we not doing that today. How you doing though? I love you. But anyway, so we not doing that. We'll get back to that. All right. Ooh, I think we should use this. I like this.
I'm confused. Like,
So what's wrong with boundaries?
I mean, what do you mean by boundaries?
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. It's really making me
How?
uncomfortable. It is your mom, but she doesn't know boundaries. Tyler, what don't you understand?
Okay, so can you? All right, so I'm gonna give you an example. So if we was to go on vacation or
I don't want to hear no example. What about how I feel? So it's your mom over me. You don't care about how I feel.
It's a great balance between the both. But it's always you. But it's gonna be my mom. So,
Miss Audrey, ma'am.
My mom.
Excuse me.
She don't go, please.
Audrey, Tyler, shut up. Audrey, let me get you straight. That's my son. I don't know how you grew up or whoever raised you, but that's mine, okay? And that's what I need you to understand. It has nothing to do with you. My boundaries, you saying that I go in your stuff, no, I'm cleaning it because you're nasty. Tyler, I told you could have did better a long time ago.
I love her though.
No, you don't. You don't know what you
everything.
couldn't possibly know what love is, Tyler. She's only with you for your money.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Mom,
What do you do?
Mom.
What do you do for a living? You do nothing.
I have an online business.
You just want to sit here and be
I have
cute.
an online business.
But what money does it make?
It
It's
makes
Tyler's
me-
money.
it makes money.
No,
It
it's
makes-
Tyler's money. It's
We
not
were
your
having-
money.
who asked you to
It's
come in
not your-
here?
No one asked me. My son pays bills here. You don't pay bills, sweetie.
Mom,
You don't pay bills. You pay no bills here.
So are you gonna let her talk
I
to
can
me like
talk to
that?
Guys, I'm gonna let you go first because I got so many things to say about this. I'm gonna let you go.
That's a hard one, but you know what? If you're in a committed relationship, your mom has to know that she's got to be on the back burner. She can still be there, but a helicopter parent for a grown adult is crazy.
I don't know. A request so many times. A request for what? Okay. So here's the thing I want to say about that. He's really tight with his mother, which I can relate because I'm really close with mines. But I will tell you this. Okay. If it's just somebody that I'm smashing, then my mama has every right to comment or whatever she feels. If it's somebody that I am dating, there's a boundary. not like seriously dating, not just talking to, like seriously dating, then yes, my mother, there's a boundary. But marriage, nah. He should have nipped, he should have checked moms. I ain't even gonna lie. But see, I'm blessed to have the type of mother that I have, because I never win an argument in that situation. Like, she's always on her side. So it's like I never win an argument. So that type of conversation wouldn't happen. But for this episode purposes, we're going to say that it did. Okay? We're going to say that it did happen. My man's got to check his mama. That's his lady. You know what I'm saying? He gotta separate that boundary. Like, mama done lived her life. You done had your time with mama. Now you have moved on to this whole new phase of life with your lady. And to let your mama come in and talk to your lady about her finances and tell your lady, this my son house, he pay all the bills, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Nah, you got to nip that in the bud, good sir.
I don't think that he's close to his mom, though. I think he's scared of his mom, because there was nothing in the caliber of his voice that said that he's ever stood up to her. He's just let her do whatever she wanted. So
he's a son husband. He's a son husband.
I don't think that it's a matter of how close he is. It's just she is one of those parents that, like you said, turned her son into her husband and feels that she can overstep. And to tell this woman that she can go through her personal stuff because she's nasty, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, he would have had to say something then at that point. Like when he said, "Ma, I love her," and she got to doing all that. I love my mama, but she would never. I'm just saying.
And to tell him that he doesn't even know what love is, like, this is
Yeah, and I love that lady with everything, but nah, she couldn't do that to me in a space like that. So on this video, for old girl sitting there not really defending herself, I'm gonna give the Bet the House scale on this. I'm gonna give her a 4 because she should have defended herself more. The mama's gonna get a 2 because she was out of line, and the dude is gonna get a 1 because he was out of line for not stepping up. So yeah, those are the low rated scores on the Bet the House scale tonight. Let's see.
When a man does not feel appreciated in the area of his presence, he becomes a version of a man that he can give you and still survive. And I promise you, you will not like that version. That version of him is silent, frustrated, sharp with his words, non-communicative, because he has to become something that he can survive in.
What you thinking, Goddess?
I agree. I feel that if we actually sat and listened to all of the conversations, it doesn't matter what the subject matter is, it comes down to the men don't feel appreciated. And so that's when they start picking on the little things, the style of dress, the makeup, the eyelashes. It's all blanket coverage for the fact that men don't feel appreciated. They feel like the only thing they're here for is their wallet, or to perform some kind of task like monkeys. And it's really unfair.
Yeah, that man in survival is crazy, because he's no longer living. He's doing everything he can. His back is against the wall. He's cornered up. He feels like the world is against him. He has no help. He has no support. Nobody's there to, wipe his tears or hear his cries or hear his pain. So yeah, now he's just in that mind state of, okay, I don't give a fuck no more. So I'm here. I'm taking care of the bills. I'm taking care of the kids. I'm taking care of the house. I'm taking care of you, but I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here. I'm here. I'm here in the physical, but now it's like I'm not here to love. I'm here to survive and protect my peace and protect my sanity. And I speak like this because I know all too well what he felt. She said, ain't no way that a man should, yeah, I seen that one. She said, then he needs to know how to be able to survive alone. But here's the thing. I feel like this is the time where you need to find out why he's in survival mode, and then figure out how to get him to come up out of that. Not push him away, not reject him, not leave him when he's feeling at his worst. Because what I've noticed is men and women both, they will leave when a person is feeling at their worst because they feel like they have nothing to contribute to the situation. But you could talk to him. You could ask him, you could feel with him, what you could pray with him, you could pray over him, you could understand him without, you know what I'm saying, leaving. I think leaving when a motherfucker's in survival mode is the worst shit in the world, because now when he gets back to where he needs to get back to, he knows that he can live without you because you've already showed him you're going to fold on him when shit gets tough. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't agree with that. I
Why?
think that I don't agree
Talk
that
about
he
it.
should go. Because my role as a woman is a nurturer. So if I recognize that things are starting to become clipped with my spouse, I should want to know what's going on. Men by nature will internalize everything. They don't feel they can share some of their burden with their spouse because of
True.
that man-woman divide that society has created.
True.
So it's my responsibility to lift him back up. And if he's battle worn, then I pick up the armor, I pick up the weapons, and I do the battle, because then I'm shielding him while he recovers. It really has to be a mutuality in that. You know, we are both fighting a war. I'm his first aid, you know, and he needs to know that I'm going to be on his 6 at all times, good or bad.
Yeah, I listen, and that's just how it is, and it shouldn't be that way. I think communication works both ways. I think if you're going through those things, then you have to step up and say something to that lady. Don't leave her in the dark. Don't kick her because you're going through whatever it is you're going through. But if she's not trying to listen, I mean, honestly, it's okay for you to step back and, you know, sort your thoughts and sort your mind together, because men, we tend to take our problems out on the world, or, you know what I'm saying, we got in-house problems, we tend to take it out on the world because we don't feel like we have that safe space. And then sometimes we'll take our outside problems and bring it into the home. So by that time, it's all one big ball, it's all rolled up, so you don't know where the problems are, because it could be an entanglement of things. So yeah.
Dangerous thing for women, because what happens is women will tell a woman, girl, go out. Dangerous thing for women, because what happens is women will tell a woman, girl, go out and live your life. So she's gonna go out and live her life. She's gonna 20, 23, 27, 30, 35. Then she's gonna get 40 and be like, damn, I want to get married. And the men that wanted you at 20, that want to marry you when you were 20, they no longer want you. They want the younger female. And so now a lot of women are bitter and mean and get on these platforms. I can't find a man. They ain't shit. I'm tired of going to parent-teacher conferences with my son, and I'm seeing all these women line up down the hallway, stressed out, leaning over on the fucking wall because they don't have no man. They made a mistake 12 years ago. They had a one-night stand after the club. And now we have 70% of moms that don't have a man. And these boys are being raised by women. And now these women have turned these boys into son husbands. They don't have no structure. They don't go outside and play. They don't do nothing but sit on their asses. And then when they get older, they become the same men that their mamas hate. So now they're out here being Pookie and Ray Ray, depending on females to take care of them. It's a shame that these boys are being raised by these single moms, and they taking up on the feminine characteristics of their mama.
Goddess, what you thinking?
I think that you should go first.
Okay, I agree. I agree with everything he said. Okay, because you see it all the time. You see it. He's not right. He's not wrong. Women, they get mistreated, and then they raise their sons to become the man that they mistreated them. And it's scary, you know what I'm saying? Because again, he said something else that threw my mind. Their friends, their family, their associates will scare that woman out of marriage, out of being engaged, out of a good relationship with a good person. Girl, you don't need that. We having fun out here. It's the life. Woo! Come on and get with woo. So now this woman done risked everything that she could have had for some bullshit, and now everybody else around her is getting married, and she's still playing the field, seeing every Tom, Dick, and Harry out here because she don't let somebody who didn't have what she had trick her out of her position, because it happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? So now, you gotta, what he said, you made a one-night stand, you made a mistake, you had a baby, and I'm not saying the baby is a mistake, but the one-night stand might have been a mistake. And now you're raising that son husband, I love that word, to be your king. He's your king because you can't keep a man. You don't know how to treat a man. Your mama didn't know how to treat her man. So it was a cycle being passed down back and forth, generation to generation. So yeah, I agree with everything he said.
I don't. I feel like we take one scenario and we run with it as substantial evidence.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of situations that can fit into this, but the majority of the women who are single mothers aren't there because they made a mistake. And I think it's just, I recognize that there's an imbalance as it comes to the child rearing, right? Boys need male influence. I get that. But to hold the women accountable because they didn't get married at 20? Nope. Come on now. That's ridiculous. This is not 1912. We're not getting married at 14. What kind of stuff is that? We are running into a language now that there is a large group of men that want to basically annihilate the female population and put them in the house, give them no rights, and make sure they keep their eyes down. It's the most ridiculous thing. We should be trying to come to a better solution.
No, we don't want y'all. We don't want y'all in the house because you need two incomes nowadays in 2024 to really thrive and survive. So no, we don't want you in the house. We don't want you in the house. We want you to be out here working and shit like that. But my thing is, don't make us pay for mistakes that you made off of other people tricking you out your spot. Like, I'm listen, women who are happy.
Why do we always blame the women? Why is it the woman's fault that the man left them with the children? Why is it the woman's fault that she's a single mother, even though the man left? We always are, because women are the weaker sex.
Oh, I ain't letting these coward dudes get off the hook. I ain't letting
always held to a higher responsibility. Like, you should have known better. You made the choice to sleep with him. She was in love with him. She didn't know the relationship was going to end, but you should have made a better choice. What?
I'm not letting these coward dudes get off the hook. I feel like this. You made life, step up and take care of life. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. Even if you don't like the mama, even if you don't care for the mama, still step up and make your kids. But nowadays, these dudes, they want to be attached to the kids only if it comes with the mama. Like, I want to fuck you, and that's the only way I'm going to be a father to my kids because y'all a package deal. And then you have men out here who step up and love kids and will do whatever for these kids, but because they are not the biological father, they get told that they are nothing 24/7 in regards to being, you're not the biological father. So, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's bogus as hell. You allowed that man to step up and accept you, accept them children, but because whatever the case is, that baby father might not have been a mistake to you. He might have been the one, but because he didn't step up, you want to make the next motherfucker suffer because everything that next person is trying to do, you want to make him pay because you want those things. You just want it from the man that you laid down and had kids with. So it's a double-edged sword.
But by rights, in that rhetoric, you know that this person has been affected by this kind of person. So that's where all this passion is coming from. So because you had a situational incident in which the woman you chose to spawn with treated you like crap, now the whole populace is responsible for your decision.
That's generally how it works. No, but it's the other way around though. It's the women got left. So now everybody has to suffer for that. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, listen, I came a long way with my children's mothers, and I ain't gonna get too much into it, but I came a long way from them. And I don't I don't look back and point fingers of blame or do none of that shit no more because that was dumb. But at the time, I knew one thing: I do not like these women. When we fell out, I do not like these women. But my kids have nothing to do with that. So as hard as it is to make kids and do it from different homes, I still had no excuses, no choice but to step up and raise these kids, regardless of what me and they mamas felt about each other. I still had an obligation. I don't care how far I was and how far I went, I still had to do the right thing by these kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never dismiss the kids because, you know, me and the mama didn't work out. That's not right. And these dudes are bogus as hell. And they're being, what's the word I'm looking for? They're being yes men. They're being enabled by their homies and their families. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, man. You know your homie ain't taking care of his kids, but you still hang around with him. You still support him. You still rock out with him. You know that woman that you have that mama who ain't never knew what love was, try to throw shade at her kids when they grew up and find love. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen it on both sides. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it on both sides, and it's sad. It is sad. All stepdads are not really accepting the kids. They want the authority over them, but are not willing to parent them. And I think that's a topic that I'm gonna pull up on later this week. I got it on my list, and I'm gonna pull it up. But I just think that men need to stop blaming women. Women need to stop blaming men, and y'all need to start trying to figure out solutions. Let's figure out how we can get from point A and point B without slandering, without disrespecting, without belittling, without kicking each other down. Like, at the end of the day, men and women need each other. That's the point. We need each other. I don't too much get into the big, oh, women, it's women's fault, it's men's fault. Nah, it's both our fault. We're both in this. You know what I'm saying? We both laid down and made this life. We're both in this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't pointing fingers and pointing blame is going to do what? What is that going to do? But, Goddess.
Yes.
You got some words of encouragement for the good people before we go head on and wind this down?
I know this might shock you, but I really don't. You know, just thank you for waking up today. I love you.
No.
And be nice. It's easy.
We ain't doing that. It's nighttime now. We ain't doing that. Okay? Tell their ass to go to sleep or something. Nah, but yeah. What's up with the Goddess seat, man? What's happening? What's going on with the show, man? You've been quiet the last couple weeks. What's going on?
I am trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I don't want to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. So I'm just kind of figuring it out right now.
Okay.
So, you know, just I've put out a couple of shows, just kind of random, you know, vent type of things. But yeah, I don't even know what I want to do anymore.
All right, so today is Friday. We over on Opulence Radio tonight. Late Night Flex is back. You know, we got a full episode popping off. We got a tribute to OJ. All right, for sure. Got a few other things in the chamber. We talking about get backs and comebacks. All right, you know, check that out tonight on Opulence Radio, 10/9 Central. And tomorrow, because I will be live tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do an early show tomorrow because I be feeling like I'll be having stuff to talk about and I'll be bored, you know. So we gonna do that. And then Sunday I'll be live. I'm trying to go live every day. I'm getting back into my groove of going live. So yeah, that. And I do want to tell y'all, thank y'all for waking up this morning and all that other good shit.
Say that. I knew you were gonna do that. I felt it in my soul.
Listen, man, I appreciate you for taking the time on this Friday to come chop it up with me, man. Shout out to everybody who normally who normally pull up on me, and Miss Shantae, you down there in the comments. One of these days I'm gonna pull you in on one of these lives because you got a lot to say, but we love it though. Listen, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. See y'all when I see y'all. Go to sleep, get up and be refreshed because tomorrow's another day. This is You Get a Clip, You Get a Clip, and You Get a Clip by your boy Big Smash. I'm out.